Hope you all rested well. So it's time for like quiet time. And so we've been exploring for a minute, over a month, just the use of the breath, right? Simple deep breathing. And we're exploring whether or not that can have an effect on our heart rate, our mood, us feeling calm, us neutralizing being triggered by the images that we're seeing on the screen, and to also set a tone of calm for the day before you start interacting with people. So yesterday, also, side note, I decided to try some curls, and as you see, this hair, no products doesn't hold curls. I think they need to hold longer. So I'm going to take them out anyway, because in the early day, I like to get my movement practice on. So there are some things that I have been contemplating sharing with this channel. However, priorities first. First things first, and that is we're going to see, before we get pulled into different directions, let's handle the breath first and set the tone for the day. So you can find a comfortable position, any position that's comfortable for you. You want to make sure that your spine is nice and upright, and that you have a lot of space between your ear and your shoulder, so there's a free flow of oxygen and blood and nutrition to the brain. You make sure also your pelvis is tucked under, not tucked forward, because that will pinch and shorten your lower back. So your eyes can be closed or open. You can find any comfortable position that you want for your hands. Place your hands on your knees or wherever you would like to. And we're just going to begin with the breath. You may want to pay attention to the cadence or the rhythm of your breath, so that you can ensure, and just notice if you're breathing very shallow or if you're breathing very deeply and allowing the lungs to expand with air. And notice if your breath, if the inhale and the exhale are both synchronized and nice and long and deep. Right? I'm breathing through my nose, in through the nose, out through the nose, making the breath as long as possible. Here we go. So this might be a good time, if you like, to focus on something that maybe you're working on or working through, and to ask a question of your own divine onboard intelligence. And Allow the answer to come to you. It may come to you now from your own intelligence, no middleman or middlewoman required. It may come now or while you're moving about early, preparing your food or cleaning. This is also a good time to write a few words or a couple of sentences in a nice, colorful journal or any kind of notebook that's attractive to you. You can cover the notebook or buy a cute one or write some affirmations on the cover. So, setting the tone for the day sometimes it's I would say it's a priority, because once we get greetings, the by the time the noise starts, I'm telling you, for years, I think since a young woman, I have recognized the hours between at least 4 o'clock in the morning. I call it the power hour. Also, one of my teachers used to call it the power hour. But you can hear your own intelligence. You can give it whatever label you want. But it has been my direct experience, which I think is pretty amazing. And I'm not a Mukadu kind of person, that answers that quite often we're looking for from outside. We have an intelligence, whether you're religious or not. We come from some place divine, and we will lay down this coat called the body and merge back into the divine. Sometimes there are not even words to really explain the source where we come from. And I think human words and languages oftentimes can be very limiting. So, I have a thing for feeling good, for joy, and I am huge for tools in my toolbox, things that can catapult me out of what I would call stinking thinking or a negative trajectory, or just a channel or a frequency, if you will, that it has a lot of thoughts that are not in alignment with the goals that I set for myself. So I really like to take advantage of the early morning. And I also am very clear that as humans, we have these computers, right, called the brain. And the mental activity called the mind, or mental activity, is highly influenced and extremely programmable. And so I am humbled by that, no matter how many experiences I've had with live foods and going to ashrams and meditating. I'm very clear in a practical sense that we have a computer that has been programmed, right? And there's a whole lot of instructions and directives in our subconscious, also fueled by many fears that quite often we are not, quote unquote, in control of. See, so much for curls. But I'll live with it. So today I'm going to do a little something different. So I'll share something with you. This week I have decided to call my mamacita to have prayer with her. Now, my mom is a very religious person. For me, religion is what you do and how you live. So I wouldn't say I'm a religious person, but I'm very practical. However, I'm always making a conscious decision to reframe the narrative. Reframing the narrative is so important and powerful. And by reframing the narrative, I mean, for example, in this case, intention over doctrine. Just the intention of my mother's prayers and of her focus. And if we take off the labels and perhaps just look at the energetics of it, my mom, while she's here on this side, the energy of praying and listening to her release and call on divine, I don't have to be in agreement with the doctrine, but I really want to enjoy, I don't even know if the word is enjoy, but I really want to connect and honor that energy of my mom and a praying mom and generations of women that have been into the church. Whether I agree with the doctrine, I don't think it's the most important thing. And it was so interesting. The first day I called her, which is just totally intuitive, my mom shared like, wow, I really needed that. And so my mom led the prayer. She went on and on and on. The second day she went on and on and on. I'm like, oof, why did I call her for prayer? But that is also reframing the narrative. It's a strength. It's a strength. And I remember my great grandmother directing all the grandchildren in prayer. And I think the intention of that, I think, is powerful. So I have made a conscious decision to leverage that, and to take the strengths of whatever it is and capitalize on it. Just like as Afro people in the Americas, we have had to, in the past, eat scraps of entrails of animals. That's what we did to survive. Now, we may not have to do that anymore, but the energy of the practicality of transmuting something, right? There's a saying, making something out of nothing, and that's the energy and the focus. So I make an effort to reframe the narratives. Even my godmother used to say to me, and many of us who have sought to move past religion, we have thrown a lot of things out. And my godmother told me, you don't have to throw everything out. You can sing the songs to the God within yourself. And that actually was a relief, and it was very helpful. So after she told me that many years ago, I have a tendency to sing love songs, and in my mind, I consciously say to the goddess, the God within, and gospel songs to the God within. So I don't know how this is going to work, but today I'm going to share two of the songs that I shared with my mom, and I invite you, if you, whatever your religion is, sing it to whatever that is. I'm going to sing it to the goddess within myself. So whatever that means for you. A lot of times we say, especially as Afro people, why we can't come together. I do have healthy boundaries, but I think we can have a tendency to project our context onto other people. And so I found just with reframing my narrative, it has been something that, on a basic level, makes my mom feel better, makes me feel better. It humbles me to appreciate her while she's here. It makes me appreciate the lineage of a gift or a focus of the women on the Southern Afro-American side of my family. So, in any event, I don't know if you have a device, because a lot of us in the States and around have several devices. The two songs this morning are by Yolanda Adams, gospel songstress, and the first one is Open My Heart. Now, there's several gospel songs that I really love. And actually, I remember once my son said to me as a little boy, we went to visit my mom. I went to go pick him up from my mom in church. And I was crying because the music was so good. And my son said to me later, when he was soaking in his stuff, he said, Mommy, he said, I thought you said you don't believe in God. And I was like, huh? He was a little boy, very small. And I said, well, I don't believe that somebody is spinning the world around on his finger like a basketball. He said, then why was you crying? I said, son, I was crying because the music was good. So I think in a lot of our sometimes life crisis or vulnerability, music is a tool that can really make us feel better. I mean, all humans, look how we respond to music. And music, I think, is definitely used to program us. So if we have these programmed computers, why not program yourself? So again, the two songs this morning are Yolanda Adams. One is Open My Heart. Sing it to whoever you like. I'm going to sing it to the goddess within myself. And the other one is In the Midst of It All. And I think that emotion, right, that tool of emotion, it got us through the atrocities of rapes, lynching, forced labor, of enslavement of the peoples enslaved in the Americas. And so just the tool, the principle of emoting and releasing emotions can be very powerful. However, I really want to make the distinction of you directing the narrative for yourself. And this is just one woman's perspective, that I think that we have been taught so much to just praise something outside of ourselves. I think that has caused us, and not questioning things, that I was raised with, you don't question God, you don't question elders, that I think part of what happened is that we have lost our confidence. So in the quiet moments, I've pondered, how could we have been such a praying people, yet seeming stagnant in many ways and still not having been able to move past certain trauma. So I think the prescription for our healing is one that is definitely going to have to be self-crafted, right? And self-directed from the goddess, the divine intelligence that dwells within each of us. So in any event, the first song, so I'm not going to play it too loud, because I don't want it to get shut down on here. But you're welcome to sing it along, and you're welcome to find it if you can on your computer. So again, the song is the first one is "Open My Heart." Let's see if I can find it here. "Open My Heart," and the artist is Yolanda Adams. Open my heart. I don't even know who's up at this hour. I usually am up a lot earlier. Alone in a room. Just me and you. I feel so lost, 'cause I don't know what to do. You can pull the lyrics up on YouTube. Now what if I choose the wrong thing to do? I'm so afraid of disappointing you. So I need to talk to you, the God within, and ask you for your guidance, especially today, when my world seems so cloudy. Guide me until I'm sure I open up my heart. Until I open up my heart. My hopes and dreams are fading fast. I'm all burned down. I don't think my strength's gonna last. So I'm crying out to you. I know you're the only one who is able to pull me through. I need to talk to you and ask you for your guidance, especially today, when my world seems cloudy. Guide me until I'm sure I open up my heart. So no, I'm not a gospel singer. Inside. So show me how to do things your way, your own divine intelligence. Don't let me make the same mistakes over and over again. Your will be done, your own divine intelligence, and I'll be the one to make sure that it's carried out. And in me, I don't want any doubt. I want to talk to you, yes I do, and ask you for your guidance, especially today, when my life is just a little bit cloudy. You guide me through. Open up my heart, my heart, my heart, my heart. All I need is just to hear a single word from you. open up. I open up my heart to you, to your own divine intelligence. You're the love of my soul, the captain of my sea. I need a word from you. That's why I open up my heart. So I think it's really powerful when you're singing these songs to the God or the divine intelligence that dwells within you. So one more short song. And you can really use music to purposefully change your mood, right? And you want to, at least my intention is to set the trajectory for my day. So the other song, same artist, is Yolanda Adams, right? I think it's the same album. I don't know. But the song is called In the Midst of It All. We could call it churchy, but hey, I've come through many hard trials. Sound like my mama. Temptations on every hand. The temptation might be junk food. Though Satan, ego, other forces try to stop me and to place my feet on sinking sand. Through the pain and all of my sorrows, through the tears and all of my fears, the God within was there to keep me, and she's kept me in the midst of it all. It's not because I've been so faithful to divine intelligence, not because I've always obeyed, it's not because trusted her to be with me all of the way, but it's because she loves me. She was there to answer my call. She was there to always protect me, for she's kept me in the midst of it all. I've come through many hard trials, through temptations for junk and other stuff on every hand. Though Satan tried to stop me, to place my feet on sinking sand. But divine intelligence loves me dearly, so dearly. She was there to answer my call. She was there to always protect me, for she's kept me through the midst of it all. No, she's never left me. She's never let me fall. Oh yes, she'll always protect you, for she's kept me in the midst of it all. She's never left me, and she's never let me fall. Oh yes, she'll protect you, and she's kept me in the midst of it all. Yes. Yes. She's She's kept me. Yes, she kept me. Thought I could do it on my own. Yes, she's kept me. When I wanted to do wrong to myself. Yes, she's kept me. My own divine intelligence. Lose my mind. You might be losing your mind right now. Yeah, she kept me. My own God within. Yeah, she kept me. Yes. Yeah, she kept me. In the midst of it all, yes. I don't know what you're going through. She kept me. Allow me to encourage you. She kept me. I know if divine intelligence is there for me, it's there for you. Let me do it for you. Love it, yeah. Divine intelligence. Yes, she did. 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 Yes. 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 She held my hand. Divine intelligence. Yes. Yes. Yes, she did. Don't give up. Don't give in. I don't care what nobody else says. You can win. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Yes. Yes, yes. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Yes. Woo. So interesting. I know in my studies, what has been really helpful in terms of reframing the narrative is the thought of the prototypes of Jesus as Haru or falcon, also a phoenix from the flames. So again, reframing the narrative to something that empowers you. Just that visual or having a visual that works for me is something that I claim. I'm huge on reframing the narrative. So I hope this early morning breathing and relaxation and intentionally setting the tone for the day has been helpful as I unroll. You can also see how my simple style came out with these. So it's quite all right. This is what I'm loving. I am wishing you all, sending you all some warm, positive vibes of encouragement. And I'm hoping that you leverage and take advantage of these early morning hours to set the tone for the day. If you're up early, it's enough time to focus on your movement practice and to get some kind of movement in, even if it's 20 minutes or half an hour, and to prepare your healthy food for the day. Be on the lookout for the cocoon. Going into the cocoon cleanse and a sacred space that's going to be coming up to reset your food and to get your movement practice on and to start your garden. And feel free to play this in the afternoon to refresh, and before you go to rest in the evening. Create a great day on purpose because you said so. All right, see you soon. Oh, feel free to subscribe to the channel if you like. Share it with someone and be on the lookout for other platforms. I think so that I can have another kind of interaction. Yeah, so that's going to be coming up. All right, see you soon.